You know, I made too many mistakes to win a game like that. Too many, very correctable mistakes, and so you're not going to win against a good football team in that situation. So you gotta, we have to, I have to get it fixed um, in order to give ourselves a chance. Because bottom line, we didn't really ever give ourselves a chance to win that game because we just made too many mistakes. Question.
Coach, can you specify what mistakes you're referring to?
I mean, there's quite a bit. I mean, there's the obvious ones that the jumping off sides to give them 4 first downs. That's obviously a problem. Um, you know, we, you know, we throw the interception there, which was not great. Um, we just there were some communication issues um, inside on offense that you can't have. I mean, you can't have those type of communication issues where now you just have an unblocked guy at the point of attack, and that's going to make it real hard to play quarterback. And so, you know, those across the board. Then we just misfit some things on defense and things that we've fit very well at other times. So, those are the mistakes that we just can't make.
Is that mostly what went wrong in the second half offensively? I mean, because you guys didn't really do anything until that last drive.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't. I just didn't think we played a little tentative. I didn't think necessarily in play calls we played tentative, but we played a little tentative. Um, we just didn't, we just didn't maximize our opportunities, and still tried to run the ball, which I think we needed to do. But instead of, they made some adjustments, obviously. But in the first half, we were able to really move our guys, create space, and give our running backs lanes to break tackles and do some things. And in the second half, we didn't do that. Second half, we got constricted. We weren't driving our man and doing those sort of things, and that was a huge part of it.
Ricky is the 1 second half first one you made.
Oh
You
yeah,
recovered the onside kick. You got great field position. And it's just a 3 now.
yeah. I thought that was a huge turning point. I mean, obviously they took a risk, and our kid played it perfectly. We were pretty certain it was coming, um, but our kid played it perfectly, and then we didn't take advantage of it. And so I mean, you have to take advantage. When coaches are going to take a risk like that, you have to make them pay when you play it correctly. And we didn't do that.
You mentioned missed opportunities tonight, but in the big picture, how much of a missed opportunity was this to, take a step forward in the league in the division?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a missed opportunity from a number of different standpoints. I mean, obviously we had a good crowd, and the student section was out there again, and had an opportunity to obviously, like you said, take a step in a chance to you know the league race, and didn't take advantage of it, and had the lead going at halftime, um, and then had a chance to go up 2 scores on the very first possession, and didn't do it. I thought that was a huge part of it. For a long time we had a chance to go up 2 scores in the game, and never took advantage of that. And so you go up 2 scores, maybe they're playing a little bit different and things like that. They took some shots on some deep balls. They missed quite a few of them, and they hit the one. And that ended up being a big play in the game.
But you talk about playing tentative. What do you attribute that
Uh, no, I don't know. I mean, there's a number of different reasons. I mean, anybody, think about yourself, like or anybody else, who's playing golf. There's times you're just up there, just ripping it and doing everything, and all of a sudden, you look at your scorecard and you're like, oh man, I'm playing pretty well, right? And then all of a sudden, you just, everyone's like, well, just keep playing the way you were. Well, the human mind is a powerful thing, and unfortunately, doubt creeps in, and things like that, and so that's, yeah, something that I've got to do a better job of making sure that we don't have that.
It's another missed opportunity if it's your call.
Yeah, I mean, we did we ended up going 4 or 5, 80% in red zone touchdowns. You know, I mean, you do that, you're going to be number one in the country. Um, but yeah, obviously, if you can turn that into a touchdown, it's going to make everything feel a lot better, right? And then at the end of the game, now obviously everyone's like, oh, well, those 4 points would have mattered. Well, you know, a lot of things are different at that point. You know, I mean, um, people would play differently all the way around. So you have no idea. You know, it's easy to always point those things out when you know you look at it and be like, well, you didn't score a touchdown there and you guys lost by 3. If you score a touchdown there, you win. Okay. Like, there's a few other. The game gets played differently if that happens too. So obviously that's a missed opportunity, and you know you're 100% correct. We got to score a touchdown there. Um, but while I'd love to score 100% red zone touchdowns, my you know you got to be realistic about it, and if you're above, usually if you're above 75%, you're going to be very high up there in the country.
How much does that third down stat turn your stomach?
Well, the paper's crinkled up, isn't it? Yeah, that was not good. Uh, you know, I mean, you can't go 1 of 11 on third down, and that's just bottom line. You're going to have a hard time winning any games when you go 1 of 11 on third down, and um, you know, obviously, I think I knew first down was going to be important, and when I get those numbers of our first down efficiency margin, I'm pretty sure it's not going to look very good. I think it's going to look pretty poor. I think their first down efficiency, excuse me, I think their first down efficiency is going to be significantly higher than ours. Um, and if I'm betting, right, they went what 30. My math's not great, but 36%, 37%. We went 9%. Um, I would bet that 28% is going to happen in the first down efficiency margin.
Coach, you're back to 4-6 again with
Yep.
a familiar position to have to win the last 2 to make a bowl game. Conversation change with the guys. What is it like?
They can still only win one at a time, right? So no one wants to hear it, but we still need to go 1-0. I mean, you can't win 2 at a time. So you got to just go out there. You got to win one game. You got to do that. You know, when you start to try to win 2 at a time, you start thinking about all those sort of things. That's when the mistakes really start to compound, right? Because they get that gets really hard. Like that gets hard when you start trying to think of 2 in a row and putting together a streak and doing all those sort of things. You need to focus on winning one game, winning one practice, winning one day, and those sort of things. And I told the guys in the locker room, you know, how you do anything is how you do everything. So we have to make sure that we're very detailed in all aspects of our lives to make sure that we're detailed when we play the game, so that we don't have those simple mistakes.
Is there an element of hope in your mind, though, being that you've been here before in this situation?
I always have hope because I believe in our players. We, we have good kids. We have good players. I had I had hope when we were down 11 with, you know, however much time left. I mean, I was, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought we were going to get that onside kick and then we were going to go down and we were going to score. You know, didn't know if we were going to get a field goal or to tie it and send it to overtime, or whether we were going to, you know, throw a touchdown pass and win the game. But I was very confident that we were going to win the game at that point. So you know, I always have hope.
Looking at the positives, it felt like special teams plus today.
I thought we made some mistakes on special teams that really cost us. You know, we take the one kickoff out of the end zone when we shouldn't have. That ends up costing us field position, which ends up giving them 3 points. You know, so you know, I thought, you know, and on that play we had a hold and things like that. There was a couple other times we made some adjustments on the sidelines to make some other, which I thought were excellent coaching adjustments by Coach Smith. And we just didn't do it. We just didn't do. It wasn't like it was based on this look or that look. It was do this. Didn't. I don't know why that is, because those same guys made awesome plays at other points on special teams in the game. So I thought special teams made some huge plays in the game. Absolutely, absolutely. What a punt by Seamus. Obviously, the blocked punt was unbelievable. Great job by really great design, but also great execution by the kids there. I mean, that was awesome. That was unbelievable execution by the players, and you know, they did it perfectly. And you know, we had some other opportunities to add other unbelievable execution, and that's what happened. We had we had some of the best plays we've had all season in this game. But we missed some simple opportunities for plays, and that ends up being the difference.
Impossible. Now, does your gut say to you that JMU would have snapped it on that last fourth down when they rushed to the line of scrimmage? No.
Well, I guess that'd be a question for Coach Chesney.
What did you think on this?
I think they've run the exact same play and not snapped it.
So, now that there's some more film on Colton, how are you seeing the defensive attack be different?
It's I haven't necessarily seen defenses attack maybe him necessarily. They're just attacking our offense. You know, we're running some different things and doing some things. I think that, you know, it hasn't been necessarily this huge adjustment to Colton or anything like that. I mean, he was still able to get outside the pocket and make some plays. I mean, he still had 3 rushing touchdowns and things like that. So I haven't seen that. I've seen teams play their defense with some slight adjustments to what they're doing. I haven't necessarily, you know, I think that it's a little bit of a misnomer. I think that happens more in the NFL. Um, and it's because that league, they only really play like 4 defenses, not 4 defensive calls, but 4 defensive systems, right? So they start to really adjust those systems based on the quarterbacks that they see over and over and over again, particularly with guys in their division, and all those sort of things. And then, you know, after you've seen a guy for 8, 10, 12 years, they have some tendencies, right? You know what I'm trying to say? So I think that it happens a little bit more in that league than it does in ours. With ours, one, nowadays the kids transfer so much and do some things, so it's hard to get tendencies on kids. Two, you know, Colton. I mean, you're constantly growing as a player because you're young and you have some experience things and things like that. So I think that I haven't necessarily seen that. Not that their coaching staff didn't do a great job of coming up with a game plan, because I thought they did, but I didn't necessarily think it was designed to do anything in particular to Colton.
Coach?
Thank you.
Coach, appreciate it.
You're gonna have to call me. Running back Aaron Young, linebacker Cohen Alatala. Open up for questions to the players.
What was the difference to you guys between the first half and the second half?
You just got to be able to consistently do your job. We talk about it all the time, especially on defenses. One of our keys, playing fast, tough, and disciplined. And I think that was key. Just we didn't consistently do our job. We made too many mistakes, and one thing led to another.
Yeah, for opposite side of the ball, I would say some little details and then some mistakes that we don't usually make. Mistakes that we kind of didn't make all year and kind of came up some points, and then sometimes we're good. Just a little roller coaster effect.
Coach said the same thing. Mental errors really kills you guys in this one, and they're not necessarily ones that you make all the time. What do you attribute that to? Why this game was there a little bit of trouble?
Not necessarily too sure. We're gonna have to go look at it on film and see what the communication was like, what all around the whole team, the communication wise. But at the end of the day, those are the little things that kill us. Little things that kill a team, any team, where you can't make too many mistakes in a big game like this. So
Yeah, I think as we're getting to the end of the year, any good football team needs to be able to lock in any time of the season. And I think it's just getting to that time of the season where we really need to lock in mentally, you know, just invest the same amount we invested in the beginning.
How much are you guys gonna be kicking yourself, for not winning this game, for letting the opportunity get away?
You know, obviously we never like to lose, but we can't let it get to us too much. Like we always talk about, 1-0 mentality. That's if you win, if you lose, you got to move on, or else you're gonna be stuck in the past, and it's not gonna help you.
I mean, definitely as a competitor, the whole team, it hurts. It hurts a lot for different reasons. But I mean, got to find a way to put it in the past and move forward and try to get the next game, and then go on from there.
Else for the players?
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
No problem.